Hi, Winslow here. This video is about my personal class selection for the upcoming Perandus League. And I'll finish off with some brain farts about the Ascendancy, Enchants and Perandus' unique trading economy. My goal for the upcoming league is to get the best experience with all the new content. And for me that means starting in hardcore. So here's my personal top 5 character selection for starting in the Perandus Hardcore League, and I must mention beforehand I don't feel like playing pure totem or trap builds. Number 5. Templar Inquisitor. I was tempted to start with a bunch of free 5-links, but I dream of a classic fire attack build. A lot of fire damage combined with either Elemental Prolif or Herald of Ash. Do you remember the old times where you could one-shot a boss because a pack of zombies had spawned inside the boss room? Well, welcome to the land of the dead with inevitable judgment. As long as you crit, everything has changed into a zombie with 0 fire resist. I couldn't get the tree working for crit burning arrow, but Piracy Fun Wonder shows potential. I would probably end up with extra defensive curses and a lot of power charges. Easy to get DPS because you can craft flat fire damage on so many items, besides getting Anger and Herald of Ash. While Power Siphon will be a blast to play with. Dots cannot crit and resistance curses would not double dip, so just get high crit chance and otherwise you'll be shooting blanks. Number 4. Witch Elementalist. You get a free Prolif and Elemental Conflicts. Become the master of status ailments. The free Prolif is just radius 9 and nowhere near the good old 30 radius, but certainly fun to try out. Elemental Conflicts will be up 24/7 and combined with the new skill node Elemental Overload, leveling will be really easy. The downside of Overload is no big penalty, since you're not going to get a lot of multiplier so quickly in the new league. Combine this with Orb of Storms and another lightning skill, like Spark, throw some heralds on top and you're done. Late game, try out Permafreeze with a heavy critting Ice Spear or find some other breaking mechanic. 3. Ranger, a hard choice. Pathfinder's flask buffs look really good in combination with all the new flasks. However, it requires supreme concentration to keep all those flasks running. No easy mode there. That's why another ranger option wins. Deadeye, and this one gets a free chain. If I compare that to my last lightning arrow Voltaxic Ranger, it's really OP. Replacing chain 2 times with chain for 1 time isn't that big of a deal. Trash dies awfully fast enough, and you're not chaining on bosses. It will also reduce the lag you get from chaining into big immortal packs. Not only do you get a free chain, you do not have the less damage modifier you otherwise get from the support gem chain. All in all, this can be considered as gaining more than an extra link. If you throw in the benefits of all the other ascendancy points you get, you have effectively changed your 6 link into an 8 link. Congratulations, you're now officially overpowered. Number 2. Dualist. Although I love to try out Slayer for the life leads at full life, but how can you get crazy life leads to keep it ticking for 10 seconds or more? That would be with an OP weapon, or you never guessed it, with the nerfed Finktas Flask, so there's use for it after all. Other options are better. I choose the champion. Gets Fortify. Nothing new you think? Well, some builds didn't get to play with it, like bow users. On Talisman Softcore I played Voltaxic and I didn't have much room for Elemental Resistance Flask beside Finktas. And endgame there were 3 things that were able to kill me. A Nemesis Rare with the Volatile mod, a Bloodlines Champion Pack with the Bears mod, and Lootbox Shenanigans with Frost Nova or Detonate Deads. That Fortify will keep you alive a lot longer endgame. Crit bow users don't really need more deeps, and a unique extra defense mechanic will be super strong. And the winner is a Witch Necromancer. Necromancers get Mistress of Sacrifice. Get block from Bone Offering and gain 600 life when you block with a level 20 gem. It's global block. You don't need a shield to max it out. You can go dual wield, staff or whatever. From here on your build can go off in any direction. Really any direction, since an offering will stay up long enough with just the increased duration gem. You don't really need duration from the tree, although it's nice to double dip into skills that use duration, like SRS or Blade Vortex. But seriously, you can do anything, really anything you like, and have a decent build from here on. And that leaves you much room to try and enjoy all the new skills and tricks. A few unique block items will be handy. Think of a Rummy's Flask or items with spell block. But did you think these items were expensive last league? Well, you've seen nothing yet. As a first character, this will be really strong, since you only need 2 Ascendancy points to get going. Have your Ascendancy choice in full action when running through Cruel. That's totally awesome. Get the maximum Ascendancy gameplay as early as you can. It'll be the perfect character to start with. One thing to worry about though is your block recovery or perhaps a source for stun immunity. And if you are good on survivability, you can always farm with Flesh Offering instead. Okay, moving on to the Perandus League Planning. Interesting will be the patch notes concerning Chaos Damage build endgame. I saw only 2 things nerfed, the anti-crit map mod and the poison support gem. But it won't hurt that much, Chaos builds are still the bomb. You can save so much currency endgame by spending very little on map rolling. About the Perandus League, you will find coins that can be exchanged for uniques. That will be great help for non-Magic Find builds trying to get their uniques they want. Another way to get your build going besides divination cards. I personally like to see clear speed rewarded over Magic Find, and this looks to be it. If history has taught us anything, it is that pricing done by grinding gear games, for example vendor item orb trading or things like Sana mod pricing, it has very little correlation with the pricing done by the player economy with its forever shifting meta. When spending Perandus coins, I can guarantee you there will be extremely good deals and hordes of very bad ones. It will be interesting to see if there's variation in the pricing somehow, some randomness. And how this whole Perandus thing will play out, I've got some assumptions. I'm suspecting that people will just cash out the best deals. In other words, people do not barter the uniques they need, but the ones that sell on the market in best ratio to their coins, and then buy the uniques they need with chaos. Also interesting will be the high level uniques if they're gated, as in can a Chiffrons only be sold by a Cardero in a level 80 map, or for example some uniques are very rare, so people might be selling their instants, including a Perandus lightning coin deal for example. Concerning the new Labyrinth enchantments, when you finish the Labyrinth you get a shot at enchanting a piece of your gear. For helms there are 100 different of enchants. They are skill gem related, so you have a very slim chance of getting the right one for your build. That means there's a market for white helmets that have already been enchanted. Helmets are relatively easy to chaos roll. Decent item level will be needed. Any helm item level 72 plus will be decent to start mapping with. Item level 84 will be king. White boots and gloves are really hard to roll, so to be worth your gambling habits, they need to be top item level. Start league, they need to be able to roll at least 30 movement speed and be item level 55 plus. So the whole white boots and gloves market won't be really going unless the item level is top notch. All these enchants mean that people will be compromising the statistics on their gloves, helms and boots, and thus increasing the pressure on the rolls on belts, rings and amulets. People need good resist rolls on these items to be able to float the Medicore gear with desirable enchants. In the Perandus League, it'll be the best time ever to alchemy orb every 2-stone ring you find. Final words. Read the upcoming patch notes carefully, scout out any changes to your future build. And next, keep yourself well informed about a meta, the most popular builds, so you can get a piece of that trading action. Knowledge is key. Keep an eye out for any information regarding the Perandus unique deals before spending your coins. Be patient, wait until the time is right and milk the coins for the absolute maximum value. That's all for now. Thanks for watching and I wish you all a happy new league.